Welcome to Henry's Off-Road Travels. In this series, join Sharon and me as our long-term plans of crossing Australia is finally realised. We have 4 months to explore and find out whether the West is really the best. We travel with friends in our new Land Cruiser 300 and fully off-road caravan. I hope you enjoy our travels as much as we do. Today we are checking out the New South Wales city of Coffs Harbour. Muttonbird Island. Coffs Harbour over there. Some of the resorts out there. Muttonbird Island is joined by a causeway to the Coffs Harbour mainland. Lots of nests made by the muttonbirds, or birds. Plenty of snakes out here as well apparently. The island is a place where muttonbirds breed and nest. They are a migratory bird that fly between here and Southeast Asia. The island is also a great viewing location for migratory humpback whales and other species such as the southern right whale, blue whales and dwarf minke whales during spring. And also you might be lucky enough to see dolphins and turtles swimming past too. Wild breaching over there. There are whales out there, just very hard to see with the GoPro. There, but there's a turtle just there as well. I suspect the netting, sort of ropes, sort of earth mounds that man's put there is really to stop the erosion when the birds start to nest. On the main Pacific motorway into Coffs Harbour, we popped into the Clog Barn holiday park to see what that was all about. It serviced a caravan park and Dutch souvenir shop where they make and sell clogs for tourism, and a cafe that sells Dutch treats. At the rear of the shop is a number of miniature Dutch village scenes, representing many of the significant pieces of engineering and architecture you would see in the Netherlands, nicely presented in the gardens. Whilst we were there, we also had the option to see how a Dutch clog was made. Lots of wood chips were flying around, but with the equipment that is now used to make clogs, it was easy to see how they can be manufactured so quickly.
While I'm setting it up, best place to see it from is in the centre here. So if you, madam, just take it in towards the middle, the rest of us are right, I reckon. Anywhere there's good. As long as you can see this part of the block, you'll get a really good view of the block taking shape. Is a size 21 right, and that's for a child around about 9 or 10 years old. Will fit into a size 21. If anyone's brave enough later on, there's yellow ones at the back of the room over there. After we finish, I'll move those trolleys forward. You can go for a bit of a walk around. The trick is they have to be very loose on your feet. They have to be so they just slide on and off like that. I can get about 3 fingers in behind the heel. That's how they have to be. If they're too tight, you'll soon know you've got 2 lumps of timber stuck on your legs and you won't go very far, let me tell you. Now, if you watch this part of the block here, we should be able to see the outside shape of the shoe starting to form from that block of timber. Here we go. There we have our outside shape all cut. You can see the timber's fresh by these dark colours that are in the grain there. Now as that'll dry, it will lose all that colour. It's going to lighten down to be about the same colour as those ones there once it dries right down. That depends on the block. We'll soon see once we get underway. Some stuff on the front, and all going well, we'll end up with a clog. Then we just go back to the old hook blade just to trim the final pieces up. It is fresh, but it's still quite tough because the timber's getting quite old. There we have our clog. This can be left now for about a week for all the moisture to come out of the timber. Once it dries completely, I don't have a real drawing. This is from a couple of days ago and it's starting to lose the colour, as you can see there. If I hold this up in the light, you can see light through the grain, and then when it's drying, this one you might be able to see some but not much. Yeah, so in about 2 or 3 days This one will be very light compared with that. So come down and have a look at those. Once you've done that, if you're brave enough, you can go for a walk around the yellow ones at the back of the room down there. They're not as bad as they look. I'll guarantee the first 100 miles are the worst. So pick them up, feel a bit of a difference between those. If you do go for a walk around the yellow ones, do make sure they're very loose so they just slide on and off. That is really important. Okay.
The clog was then given to one of the visitors who had travelled the furthest distance. Whilst one member of the crowd said they had travelled from Victoria, our group won the prize clog, which we gave to the Meyerbergs who had travelled that little bit further than us.
Okay, I'm at number 25, not at 23. Hello, Henry. I'm coming for dinner.
I'm gonna walk in. There go, see Sharon. Over here.
They look lovely.
Comfort me so comfortable, I can't tell you.
Be part of the Wiggles.
They had trouble with COVID. They shut their restaurant down.
I think it's having like
Yes.
Going to do well watching Cha-Cha today. We're at Coffs Harbour. It's a 2-hour whale thing. On board one of the catamarans here. We are on the whale watching.
They are air breathers, but unfortunately for us, they can hold their breath for 45 minutes at a time. The only way we can find a whale is when it surfaces to breathe. When it does so, it exhales at about 400 kilometres an hour. And water that goes across their nostrils, on top of their head, pushed up into the air. You've probably all seen it, looks like a puff of smoke. So your job today is to be scanning the horizon. You're looking for that puff of smoke. It is a big ocean. They can spend a lot of time underneath. Now I will apologise right from the start. Mac will start barking when he sees whales. And he doesn't stop whenever he sees whales. So whenever the whales are on the surface, he will be barking. He's also very good at letting me know if they are coming up from about 10 metres below the surface. He'll let me know if they're starting to come up and we can get ready. But he is a bit of a pain. Are we going to see a whale? Yes, we're going to see a whale. Can be 15 metres in length. This boat's 10.
Wow.
And we're starting to get some of the bigger females coming through with their calves. And you look at their tails, and their tails are almost as wide as the boat. They're just really big.
Sniffing out the whales.
There's baby.
Muttonbird Island.